sacrifices, and to him that sacrificeth not.
Go ahead.
As is the good, so is the sinner. And he that sweareth, as he that feareth an oath.
Now he said it's one event, it happened to all. It happened to the righteous as well as to the wicked. It happened to the good as well as to the sinner. And he's going to tell you what that event is. Go ahead and read it.
This is an evil among all things that are done under the sun.
Go ahead.
That there is one event unto all.
Uh-huh.
Yea, also the heart of the sons of men is full of evil.
Go ahead.
And madness is in their heart while they live.
Uh-huh.
And after that, they go to the dead.
And you see it all the time. You know, he letting you know that the righteous die as well as the wicked.
Yes, sir.
He said this event happens to everybody. It happens to the righteous, it happens to the wicked, it happens also to the sinner, and it happens also to the good. He said they live, and after that they go to the die. They go to the death. Go ahead and read on.
Verse 4.
Go ahead.
For to him that is joined to all the living there is hope. For a living dog is better than a dead lion.
Go ahead.
For the living know that they shall die, but the dead know not anything.
Look what it say here. He said the living, they know they going to die, but the dead don't know anything. You know, it took the book told you in that very day they thought spirits, right? And it's going to let you know they don't love, they don't hate, they don't do nothing. Once you die, your only hope is the resurrection after that. Because when you die, you don't love, you don't hate, you don't do anything. Go ahead and read on.
Middle of verse 5.
Read it.
Neither have they any more a reward, for the memory of them is forgotten.
Go ahead.
Also their love and their hatred and their envy is now perished. Neither have they any more a portion forever in anything that is done under the sun.
Skip down to verse 10. Go ahead and read.
Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might.
Now, whatever your hand finds to do, do it with your might. Stay within the boundaries of the commandments of God.
Yes, sir.
You know,
Right,
he's not telling you just go do anything.
Yes, sir.
You know, you stay within the boundaries of the commandments of God, and whatever your hand do within the boundaries of the commandments of God, then do it with all your might. Go ahead and read on.
For there is no work.
He said there is no work. Go ahead and read.
Nor device.
Go ahead.
Nor knowledge.
Uh-huh.
Nor wisdom
Go
in
ahead.
the grave whither thou goest.
And he didn't make no distinction, did he?
No,
he didn't
sir.
say if you righteous, you went to heaven, and if you wicked, you went to the grave. He didn't say
No,
that,
sir,
did
he didn't say it.
He put everybody in the same place, didn't he? Whether you were good, or whether you were a sinner, whether you were righteous, or whether you wicked, what happened to you? You die and you go in the grave. Look at all, we read about some of them righteous men
Yes,
that
sir.
died, didn't we?
That's right.
You know, we read about Abraham and Isaac and Jacob and Moses and Elijah and all of them.
Yes,
These
sir.
were righteous men, but yet they died, didn't they? But how did they die? They died with a good report.
Yes,
That is
sir.
what's important. Let's go to Job chapter 14 now, and we'll begin reading at verse 10. Walking in righteousness will not keep you from dying that first death. There will be some that's walking in righteousness that will not die that first death. These are some that will still be alive when the Lord makes his second coming. And he's going to just change these beings from mortal to immortal.
Yes, sir.
But for the most part, man is going to die. Let's go to Job 14 and begin at verse 10. Job 14 and verse 10. Okay? Go ahead and read it. 14 and 10. Go ahead.
But man dieth and wasteth away.
Uh-huh.
Yea, man giveth up the ghost, and where is he?
Now man died, wasteth away, he giveth up the ghost. Where is he? Go ahead.
As the waters fell from the sea, and the flood decayeth and drieth up.
Go ahead.
So man lieth down and riseth not, till the heavens be no more.
And he said, man lies down, he riseth not until the heavens be no more. He didn't say he would never rise again, did he? But he said until the heavens be no more. Because we understand scripture, one day them heavens going to roll back like a scroll, and that is when the Lord is going to return and resurrect the righteous dead. So now he said, man lies down and riseth not until the heavens be no more. Go ahead and read it.
They shall not awake, nor be raised out of their sleep.
Go ahead.
Oh, that thou wouldest hide me in the grave,
that
thou shouldest keep me in secret, until thy wrath be past, that thou wouldest appoint me a set time and remember me.
Now notice what Job said. He didn't say, oh Lord, I've been this righteous man. Because God said Job was a righteous man, didn't he?
Yes, sir.
Because God said a couple of times to say, have you seen my righteous servant Job?
Job. That's right, brother.
But notice Job didn't say, I've been a righteous man, O Lord, if you will just take me on to heaven. He said, oh, that you would hide me in the grave and keep me secret until thy wrath be past. Read on.
If a man die, shall he live again?
Go ahead.
All the days of my appointed time will I wait till my change comes.
And Job understood exactly what he was saying here, because Job understood that he was going to get a change of body at some point. And Paul broke the thing down in 1 Corinthians chapter 15. We're going to read a little bit of that later. But now he said, oh, that you would hide me in the grave and keep me secret till thy wrath be past, and set an appointed time and remember me. Go ahead and read on.
Thou shalt call, and I will answer
Now
thee.
Job said, you're going to call, Lord, and I'm going to answer you. Go ahead and read.
Thou wilt have a desire to the work of thine hands.
Now let's go over to Matthew, not Matthew, but John, chapter 5, and we're going to pick it up at verse 28. Now Job said, hide me in the grave. And we read in Ecclesiastes where everybody is in the grave. That's where everybody is. Whether you righteous or unrighteous, it does not matter. You are in the grave. That's what the book teaches. You go to the grave. It do not matter. Now, look what Jesus said here. John chapter 5, and we began reading at verse 28. And Job even said, hide me in the grave, and keep me secret till thy wrath be past. You're going to call, and I'm going to answer you.
That's right, brother.
Start reading at John chapter 5, and we'll begin at verse 28. 5 and 28. Go ahead and read it, brother.
Marvel not at this, for the hour is coming, in the which all that are in the grave shall hear his voice,
Go ahead.
and shall come forth.
Look what Jesus said. Marvel not. The hour is coming in which all that are in the grave will hear his voice and come forth. So where all them people at? They all in the grave, aren't they?
That's right, brother. Yes, sir.
He said he didn't say the hour has passed. He said the hour is coming. He was speaking of a time in the future, wasn't he?
Yes, sir.
When all that are in the grave going to hear his voice, and they are going to come forth. Go ahead and read on.
They that have done good unto the resurrection of life.
That is why you walk in righteousness.
Yes, sir.
Because if you have done good, then you will be raised from the dead, but you will be raised to the resurrection of the righteous. But then there are the rest of the dead, right?
Yes,
and
sir.
look what else he said here. Go ahead and read on.
And they that have done evil unto the resurrection of damnation.
See, and they that have done evil, they're going to be raised from the dead too. But they will be raised to the resurrection of damnation. So now Jesus is saying here, the hour is coming in which all that are in the grave going to hear his voice and going to come forth. And the Lord gave you evidence of that too, didn't
Yes,
he?
sir.
Didn't he call Lazarus about the grave? Yep. What did he say? Lazarus, come forth. Did Lazarus come up out of that grave? He came forth, didn't he?
Yes, sir.
He didn't call nobody but Lazarus, and didn't nobody else come out.
That's right. Yes, sir. That's right, brother. Yes, sir.
When he said all of the righteous come up, guess what's going to happen? All of the righteous going to come
That's
up.
right.
See, the Lord gave you evidence that he's going to do exactly what his word said that he's going to do. That's what Lazarus was. It was a sign. He even told his sisters that.
That's right, brother.
Go back and read it and see, didn't he tell his sisters that? It was a sign to let you know that whatever God say he can do, he's going to do it. Now when he said all of the righteous come up, they're all coming up. So now you have a resurrection of the righteous, and you have a resurrection unto damnation. But everybody's coming up at some point. Can't die and get out of this.
That's right, brother. Yes, sir.
Oh, I got this thing fixed. If you don't want to wind up in that other place, you got to get it right. That's why I told you that earlier. This is one thing you got to get right here. Because if you die, well, I die and get away. No, you won't. Come up. Either to the resurrection of righteous or the resurrection of damnation. Now, which one you want? You have that option. He gave you that option. And if you don't choose one, he's going to choose it for you.
Sir.
Because if you don't choose the resurrection of righteous by walking in righteousness, then he's going to choose the resurrection of damnation for you. But you're going to come up to one of them.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 15. And we'll begin reading at verse 20.